Welcome back to the channel. If you watched the last video, which you probably didn't because who watches my shit, but anyway, there was a guy in the video and I portrayed him as being a pissed off dude, maybe in our ride that we cut him off, whatever. But the fact of the matter is he owned this Surron, and he flagged us down in traffic, and he said he had ordered a controller and a battery but had no idea where to even begin the process of installing it. So my bike was the most worked on modified bike at the group ride, so I told him I'd charge him and I'd work on his bike for him. So he brought it all the way from Moab, Utah up to my house with all bike parts, everything. And so yeah, I went to work on installing his new X9000 controller right here, and he paired it with a 72 volt NAB battery. Really, I just want to kind of revamp his bike a little. This thing was a little clapped out, and it still is, but this is, from what I could tell, one of the earliest model Surrons. Had like a plastic or metal Surron badge, and this one has a little rubber badge on it. That was the first thing I noticed, and I was like, this shit's old. So let's see, still rocking the old D&M Volcanoes. So this bike is old. The only other thing I think that was on it that was upgraded was this Luna Cycles bash guard, and other than that, so I did install the controller and the battery, which is, yes, it's always a blast. Let me tell you, always a blast. But I did some wiring, kind of like I did with mine, just tidy up the wires up here in the cockpit. He didn't have a number plate, so I gave him my old one because I had upgraded mine a long time ago to like a carbon fiber one so that we could hide his wires. And he's coming to pick up his bike in a little bit. This is ride number 1, numero uno. So I just want to kind of make sure it's good for him and that we're not going to have any glitches. And when he gets here, I might take my bike out and show him what the dealio is, because this guy can't even send a picture on his phone, and now I have to go through how to install an app and how to tune his bike, and what if this happens, what if that happens. It's a lot different than what he had before. It was the old display. Now he's got the Egg Rider display that I put on here. So it's, there's a lot, there's race modes, there's settings on here, there's all sorts of stuff that the stock Surron cockpit doesn't have. So it's going to be confusing for him, and I'll have to really run him down all this stuff so he doesn't kill himself. But I also put these orange grips on just for a little flair. I thought that looked cool. And other than that, this bike is stock Ola. What I can say so far, and I'll have to bust out the phone and check the settings and see what I tuned this thing to, because it was a couple weeks ago, but holy crap, this bike is fast. It is far faster than mine, that I can say. Plan is I'm just gonna kind of mob around town. He's gonna be here in like an hour and a half to pick up his bike, so got to keep it close. But I just hit some things, make sure everything that I installed is tight, nothing's gonna jar off here, everything's good, bike's functioning, because he's a paying customer. So yeah, got to make sure everything's dialed. I just drove like a quarter of a mile from my house over to this place and only flicked it into race mode 2, and what I will say is, holy shit, the 72 volt is way, you pull way more power out of that. I don't know, this might get this dude's bike super duper muddy before he comes to pick it up. Yeah, that's a bad idea. This is super muddy. Oh, one other thing, he also didn't have front fenders, so I gave him my front fender, just stuck his NAB battery thing on here. I got to put a couple zippy ties on here to secure that before he gets here. But other than that, like, it's looking pretty sweet. If this was my bike, I would have a lot of plans for this. Let's get some speed. we're stuck on kilometers an hour. So the race modes that I'm going to be going through whenever I refer to these right here. We got our power settings for race mode, which we are on, and I have it set up for 8, which is more than stock. I think 6 kilowatts is maxed out on a stock Surron. 12 and 15 with the phase amps to match, so 280 to match with the 8. 12 kilowatts I'm at 430 phase amps, and 15 kilowatts we're at 500 phase amps. So this bike is pulling, I've got it pulling more power than mine, and I can tell. So we're on race mode. I need to try to find street mode as well. So street mode set up to them really docile. So 2 kilowatts, which is like what I would say less than eco on a stock Surron, so no chance anybody's getting hurt. And all the way up to 8 kilowatts, which is more. So 2 would be eco, 6 would be maxed out stock Surron, and 8 would be basically what you could pull with like a bypass battery or something. How do I get this? Is crazy. I don't know if it's picking it up here, but right here it says race. I need this to be street. So basically we're stuck in like fucking ludicrous mode right now. I can't even give this to him and show him how to put it in the slower settings. Oh, there we go. Hold down switches us to street mode. Okay, street mode. This, okay, here we go. So this should be slow as shit. We're in street mode number 1. So, oh, this is granny mode right here. Yup. There's, yeah. Okay, we figured it out. All right, eco. This is 2 kilowatts. This bike feels so different. Mine has the 1916s. I don't know. This could be like 21. I don't know. There's some big ass tires on this thing, and she floats. Let's go to street mode number 2. So this is 6 kilowatts. This is stock Surron power, I think. Stock Surron power, but with a lot of meat on the bottom of this thing. So, and I got the phase amps down. So we're just gonna go have some fun, play with some different settings, make sure everything's cool. That way I know what I'm doing before I get back to them. Anyway, this 6 kilowatts is nothing to write home about right now. So as soon as we get over here, we'll kick her up to 8 with a little less phase amps than I have it set up for in race mode. So yeah, I think he needs a little brake work. They work okay, but also nothing to write home about. They'll stop us, and he's got the regen just like I got now. So all right, we're going up to street mode 3. So this is 8 kilowatts in street mode 3. Okay, got a little more pep right there. This is gonna be pretty sweet setup for him right here in street mode if he just wants to chill. She ain't the fastest thing, that's for damn sure, but that's what the street mode I've got him set for, is just to be safe. We go back to race mode. We're gonna go back to race mode 1, which is 8 kilowatts. So yeah, a little bit funner. Oh, dang. It's so different, so big. That didn't even want to like jump that. My bike just hops it, and his just like, it just rode right over with these big ass tires. Here. Tiny jump. Ah! Do not want to go through there. Ugh. Oh god. Yeah, I feel weird. Like, definitely the way I'm standing, I'm really hunched over on this thing. So I would never go back to like the stock peg like setup at all. I have to drop this thing, and yeah. It does not feel good. Race mode 1 doesn't have a whole lot of phase amps. Like, she'll get on it in a second, but let's go. Put her at 2. See what we can do for a wheelie. Let's see, race mode 2. Yeah, let's see. Get used to it and the brakes. There we go. Since we know I ain't no wheelie god. I am not the wheelie god, so we gotta have a little practice. We'll see. Everything about this is just so much different than my bike. Oh. He wants to pull me to the left for sure. These are big ass fucking tires. God damn, wheeling this is not cool. God damn, my nuts. This thing's tough. I would need a good long day to wheelie this thing. So these Vans waffle grips, these are like one of the first things I put on my bike. I grabbed from the store whenever I bought my Surron. And one thing I will say, there's a lot to grab onto and they're fat, but man, your hands will hurt like a bitch. I've since went back to much smaller feeling grips, but this is what they had over there. I don't think he cares, and personally I think it gives this bike just a little bit more character, because this thing was crusty. It really was just crusty and clapped out, and it still kind of is. Needs a new chain. It could use all sorts of cool parts and really be cool, but we turned this whole goat into a little beast, and we'll turn it up when we get back on the street and open it up at 15 kilowatts and like 500 phase amps. What I noticed, she boogies, she will boogie. So not bad. There we go, we're getting it now. It just takes time. It takes a little bit of time. Every bike is different. Every bike feels different. Even the power modes hit on different bike, they're not going to feel the same because there's different components, and just the feel, everything about it is always going to be a little bit different. No two bikes are the same. So we got her in race mode 3. We're going to go hit the street. Open her up. All right, here we go. Front end just wants to get up. It just wants to get up. A little baby jump. See how this whole suspension do. Oh! Alright, well, that's going to close this one out, you guys. Only intent of this was kind of show what I did to this guy's bike and give my thoughts on the X9000 controller paired with a 72 volt battery. And my thoughts are it's fucking fast and it's a lot of power, and I was only pushing like half the power, and I don't want any more. I really don't. It's plenty. The front end of this bike just wants to pick up. It just wants to go. I love the power I get from my 60 volt, but the difference here is it's unmatched. There's a reason why 72 volt is like used for racing and shit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, if you're thinking about doing a controller battery swap install and you're just unsure, or you have questions, drop a comment. But as always, I appreciate the support, and don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you next one. Peace. See if we can get him up in the race mode. So far, so good. There it is. He got her up. He got her up. I hope I got that. I don't know if he meant to, or, but yeah.